waggling, but that is only anecdotal, as the general message of "up with this, we will not put" made so loud and so clear that the gangs have had to pull back a bit.
Every view from every angle, News Talk ZB. The voice of sport on your home of sport. Weekend Sport with Jason Vine and TJ Gardner-Holmes. New Zealand's most trusted home builder, News Talk ZB.
1:45, Piney says, David, when are you going to talk about the Chiefs' outstanding performance last night? I was at the game and they were simply outstanding. I agree, David, I agree. That's why we've got Coach Clayton McMillan standing by after 1 o'clock to have a chat to us. We're talking cricket till 1. All right, Dobbo, come on, mate. You must have some holes to pick in my idea.
Oh, look, your idea has merit, mate, but I just think what we're seeing is Black Cap fans have had a gutsful of the T20. In the summit we had 4 nations come and play on New Zealand shores, with the pinnacle being Australia. And what we saw was, and I think Williamson's hiding behind Stead. We know that Stead couldn't run a bath, let alone a team. And we saw Southey could play in game 1, but not in game 2 and game 3 against the Aussies. And then we had Ravindra could play in game 1 and 2, but not game 3. So here we are, taking on the Aussies. We almost beat them in game 1 at the Cape Town. Unbelievable finish. Game 2 and game 3 at Eden Park were a debacle. Just a debacle. And then nothing's changed as we prepared for this World Cup. Arrogance, pampered players, the tail wagging the dog. They arrive at first class, business class travel. They get pampered, turn down warm-up games. This is a habit. I mean, when we last at Australia, we turned down warm-up games for the test over there. Got walloped 3-0.
That was terrible.
That was terrible. For years, and I think if you get to the real core of it, New Zealand cricket's got a problem trying to attract separate coaches, because I think talking to some of the players behind the scenes, Piney, it stands on about 250k, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. Daniel Vittori, for being a part-time coach with the Aussies, is getting over 300. Kevin Sabetsu, what McCullum's getting as test coach for the Poms. There's just no money to get a decent coach. We need a different voice. We can't have the same coach coaching 3 formats. And the players are dictating. They didn't want a warm-up game, Piney, so they didn't get one.
Yeah, I think some of them did. Mitchell Santino came out to Dobbo, didn't he? And he said, look, it's been a chaotic build-up. We haven't had any games. I think some of the players wanted to play.
The senior players didn't want one. And what's amazing, Piney, was that the Aussies had a warm-up game with their support staff.
I know, they only had 9 there. They only had 9 players. I know, Dobbo. I know.
We have Stead and all these other guys come out and just about a half dozen that wanted a game just to make up for nothing.
That's a great question. Great question.
It's horrible. And I agree with you, horses for courses, Munro, and then you had to play on the West Indian track. You should have been on the team. Oh, it's just... But when you predetermine another T20 series, like we did with Australia, in New Zealand, we hardly have them here. That players can play 1 or 3 games or 2 or 3 games. We never have our best squad to pick the best team in the series. So they are so fraught with issues. It's love. It's a debacle. And the last thing, why are we wearing teal green? We look like Martians.
Sure, Tom, it's a bit to unpack there, mate. I'm glad I gave you the chance to have a chat. Yeah, look, this is why I'm trying to find a solution. Because you're right, there are issues here. And much as Chris Ken said, look, this is an outlier, and T20 can be fickle, and it's easy to lose games on small moments. Maybe we do need to dig deeper and look ahead, and Dobbo clearly is of the mind that we do. And I agree, and that's why I'm trying to come up with some sort of solutions-based discussion here. I honestly think there might be merit, and I definitely think there's merit in having different coaches, without question. But maybe it's financial. If the figures that Dobbo just told us are to be believed, then clearly, if it's done on a pro-rata basis, then you're asking somebody to coach the Black Caps T20 side for about 80 grand. I mean, Stephen Fleming's probably on 10 times that in the IPL for his work with Chennai. Great to chat, Dobbo. Always enjoy our conversations. Hello, Grant.
Yeah, Piney, good idea about the 2020 selection. Some other problems, though, I will put forward in general. Our batting seems to be, over the last few years, seems to be our major problem. Seems to have coincided with having a wicket keeper, Luke Ronke, as a batting coach. I'll just call that for general
some calls time in his career. It tends to be when players retire from a certain format, they retire from the longer formats first in order to elongate their careers and their money-making opportunities at T20 level. And I get the feeling Kane Williamson will still have a few years playing franchise cricket, particularly in the IPL. But now the power hitters in T20 now are striking at 160 pretty much from ball one. And apart from Finn Allen and Glenn Phillips to a lesser extent, we don't have those players. And so I just, like I say, I just wonder whether we need to find specialists